fried calamari means we need calamari, and these are the frozen calamari rings just out of the frozen section in the grocery store, and I thawed it out. I washed it with the juice of a lemon and cool water, and it's drained. To that, I'm going to cover it with buttermilk, and that's going to help tenderize it. Plus, it's going to help with the coating, the sort of batter that we're going to put on it for frying. Leave that for about an hour to 2 hours. And when I say leave that, I mean put some cling wrap or something over it and keep it in the fridge, because we want to keep this cool. We're working with seafood here, ladies and gentlemen, and we're trying to be safe, yeah? The sort of dredged or dusting we're going to put on the calamari is 1 cup of all-purpose flour and half a cup of cornstarch. To that, I'm going to add some fresh ground black pepper. And I will not salt it here. I will salt everything at the end. Basically, all you would do then is give that a good mix. You really want to incorporate both things. Nice and mixed in there. And we'll just shift our attention to what I have in the back there. I have here 6 cloves of garlic that I gave a rough chop to. I've got some bell pepper, and that is just a quarter of a large orange and a large red that I chopped up into small pieces. Whoa, we have an accident there, boy. Over here I have some scallion, and that is 3 scallions that I gave a rough chop to. And the pepper that's going to come with this dish, after all, it is called pepper squid. And I'm using green scotch bonnet peppers. I find that the green peppers have a better flavor profile, not as fiery as spicy, but everybody will be able to eat this. And I cut it up into big pieces. You notice how big they are, so people can identify the pieces of actual scotch bonnet pepper when they're eating it. The other thing, I did include the seeds and the white membrane surrounding the seeds, because that's where most of that heat is going to be. If you can source green scotch bonnet or habanero peppers, I mean to say, if you can't, then use what's available. Couple hours later, and all we would do is grab the calamari rings. I mean, say if you have the full calamari and you have the tentacles and the rings, you can certainly use that as well. We're going to toss it in here. Drain it really good. Toss it in here, and then just give everything a good mix. I'm going to go in with my hands in there now. Give everything a good mix. A good shaky shake. Like so. And then you're going to dust off the extra batter like that. And that is ready for frying. These are all dusted and ready now. I like putting it onto a sheet pan, and it gives me the opportunity to shake off the extra sort of dusting or batter that we have. The dry batter for the most part. Got my hot vegetable oil. I'm just tossing these in. Just gonna move it so they don't stick together. And these don't take long to cook at all. We're trying not to overcook it. Once you overcook it, it will go chewy on you. It won't take long for you to start seeing color. Once you see those little golden edges, and you notice I didn't crowd the pan, we're going to take these off. And then, did you hear that crunch? That sort of, yeah. That's going on the wire rack, by the way, just to drain off. And that is what that cornstarch brings to the game, that crunch, that nice little crunchy exterior there. And that's going to be key, because we're going to add this to the pot with all the other ingredients shortly. It will take about 10 minutes to do it if you do it in batches, as I did. I purposely put it on a wire rack because I don't want it going soggy. If you put it on paper towels, yeah, you can do that. It's going to soak up some of that oil, but it will go soggy on you. That oil drip down, air dry kind of thing. Now if we move over here now, the next step, I have my wok coming up to temperature there. And I'm going to go in with a couple tablespoons of the same oil we fried off that calamari with. That has a lot of flavor in there, so hey, why not make use of that flavor? While the oil in the pan is still kind of cool, I'm going to go in with the garlic. And the whole idea here is not to really fry this or get it crispy or anything like that, but to pull out all those flavors. And I'm using a wok. You can use whatever you have. No big deal. Let's move that around. We're not trying to burn anything, as I said. Just trying to make everything nice and fragrant. Vent your kitchen. Scotch bonnet peppers is making an entry. If you don't know, yo, Scotch bonnet pepper and hot oil is a recipe. I am not sure what's going on with me today, boy. Anyhow, maybe I'm in love. Maybe it's time for me to get married or something. I don't know, man. But anyhow, scallions, when that pepper hit that hot oil, it will choke you. So vent your kitchen accordingly. Uncle Chris warned you. I'm just gonna move this around now. We're gonna hit that with some more black pepper. Can't go wrong with fresh ground black pepper. Boom, bam. And we're gonna give that a couple minutes. Just to soften up a little bit, just to become nice and fragrant, and just to pull out all those nice flavors. It is an incredible pepper calamari after all. Here's a little tip. If you were to put a couple drops of sesame oil in there, or a drop or two of liquid smoke, you will get a sort of a smokiness, a sort of a different flavor profile altogether. Unfortunately, or fortunately, Uncle Chris don't like either flavors. Boom, we're gonna toss all of these in there now. We're just gonna let it rain, calamari. Basically, all you would do then is toss the calamari and that flavored base that we make there, and you are done. It is that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Just warm that through, and you notice. Yeah, we still got that nice little crunchy exterior that we worked to achieve there, yeah? Sup, soldiers? Listen, if you enjoy this recipe, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and click that bell notification thing. If you've made the recipe, take a picture and send it to me, email address down here. I mean, trying to tell people the email address, them butts will take the address and do all kind of thing with it. And tag me on Instagram at Caribbean Pot. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for being in my kitchen with me today. Irene? Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Always a pleasure having you guys here in the kitchen with me. All you would do then, when you're ready to serve it up, you need to get some fresh lemon juice. Boom. And just like that, the most incredible pepper calamari you will ever bless your taste buds on. That said, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing a black pepper calamari coming up soon. They going for the close up now.